Hello everyone, and welcome to English 101 at Endicott College. I'm your instructor, Dr. David DiSarro, and so for the next 6 weeks, we're going to be talking about different things relating to writing, the writing process, and doing various types of writing assignments and readings that are going to help you be able to acclimate to academic writing. So first things first, in terms of this video, a couple of things. Just want to go through the syllabus with you folks a little bit and show you where to locate some resources. So first and foremost, here is the syllabus for the course. Has all of the information that you will need right here. So it's got my contact information, my phone, my email, as well as my office hours. A little bit of information about the course, which I won't necessarily go into in great detail. You can certainly read that for yourself. Just the big things to really point out for you folks. The first thing is the required texts and the required materials. So this right here might be a little difficult to see. Is the required text. It is Lester Fagley's Writing a Guide for College and Beyond, the 3rd edition. So as soon as possible, you want to make sure that you get a hold of that through Amazon.com, through whatever means you might be able to get that text. You will need some form of an electronic storage device, preferably beyond just your computer and the hard drive, because hard drives crash, things go awry, so it's good to have some other thing to back up your information. And I will have some handouts that will be posted online, so those things are going to be available as well. So the course requirements, you have some major assignments and major papers. The first, which I'll talk about in another video, will be the visual narrative essay. So it's a short piece, and there's 2 components to it. One is a visual essay that you'll compose, and we'll look at some examples later on. And another is just a traditional essay that you're probably used to in terms of what you would expect with writing academic kind of papers. And you're basically going to narrate an experience that you feel has changed your life in some sort of significant way. And that could be a person, it could be a place, it could be some particular kind of event. And so you're going to tell that story one way, just using an essay format that you're probably used to, but then also retelling that story visually in some sort of way. And so we're going to talk about some of those things more. The other papers that you have is rhetorical analysis essay, which will talk more about rhetoric and what constitutes rhetoric, and then getting into the elements of analysis. An inventing arguments essay, which is essentially a persuasive essay where you pick a side and then you go ahead and try to sway people over to that side. One of the biggest things, though, is going to be the discussion board postings that you're going to have to do for the class. Since this is an online class, a lot of the work that you're going to do is going to be on GoalNet, so the course platform that's tied to the course. And there'll be approximately 3 postings per week that you're required to do that are graded, usually in relation to the readings, something relating to one of the assignments that we're doing. And there'll be some other prompts that I give, some other little forums for discussion, but you're going to have those ones that you're specifically graded on. So those are 150 to 250 words. So you're going to want to make sure that you do that, and that's for each posting that you have. So, you could have, upwards, 500 or more words per week. There will be a final portfolio, and that's going to be a website that you folks create, and don't worry, you're going to be fine. I'll take you through that process. Sounds much more complicated than it actually is. I'm going to have some student examples to be able to show you. The attendance and participation element of the course, again, it's online, so there's no real attendance in a sense, in terms of physically being on campus. But I do expect you folks to thoughtfully contribute to the discussion, generating some ideas, and of course completing the assignments on time. I know that things come up, but just please notify me if there are some sort of things that are happening where you're not going to be able to meet the requirements for that particular week. The grading scale is there. Other things to avail yourselves of, in addition to being your instructor and an assistant professor of English here at Endicott, I'm also the director of the Writing Center. So I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend using the Writing Center and their services, whether you can come in for face-to-face appointments or you can actually meet tutors online in the Writing Center at Endicott, and the information is there as far as their hours. Formatting of papers, late work, etc. I'll let you folks be able to read through all of those things. Just make sure that you do read through the syllabus pretty thoroughly, pretty thoughtfully. Certainly if you have any questions, concerns, want to clarify some things with me, please feel free to do so. Feel free to email me. And then there's the course schedule. So under here where, for example, next week on the 23rd, it says assignments, draft, visual narrative essay, and discussion board postings 1 through 3 due. That's what is due for that day. So by Wednesday the 23rd next week, that's what I expect you folks to have done, as well as these readings. And because, again, this is an accelerated course, it's an online course, you're going to have a lot of reading between the weeks. We've only got 6 weeks. The typical course is 15. So we're kind of really picking up the pace here as far as the reading. So really make sure that you get that textbook as soon as you possibly can. Okay. So, and then I try to list some of the topics and the things that we'll go over throughout the course of the week. As far as teaching the online course, I try to post as many things as I can up front. But there are occasions where, I'll have things staggered a little bit, maybe that way it can help you kind of get through the week, so I'm not giving you too much information overload right off the bat. But again, if there are any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to contact me. Again, my contact information is up here on the top of the syllabus, and there's my email, which is generally the best way to probably get in touch with me. So now, what you need to know. So here is GoalNet. Now, if you're not sure how to get to GoalNet, the first thing to do is to go to Endicott's webpage, so I'll just do that first and foremost. So this is Endicott's homepage that you have right here. And underneath this EC Connect, that's right there, if you click on that, you'll see that there's GoalNet right here. And so you can click on that, and it brings you to the portal, essentially, to get you into GoalNet. So you should have, through IT, through somebody, have gotten a username and a password, something that essentially is the same for what your email would be. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put in mine. So that's just my username. I'll put in my password. So you should have that information. If not, try to contact somebody in information technology to help you out with that. Okay, and you log in. So when I log in, I get two different views. I get the faculty view and I get the student view. So I'll show you the student view in a sec. But when you first sign in, yours should look pretty similar to what mine is right here. And you'll see along this side right here where it says Quick Links, there is My Courses. And so it's got the courses that I'm teaching, right? But these will be the courses that you're taking. Okay, and you can see right here, English 101, Online 03, College Writing Seminar. If you just click on that, it takes you to our course, essentially. And so all the information, all the things I'm going to be posting are going to be put to here. Okay, so it's got a little bit of information in terms of, again, the welcome message for the course, the same as on the syllabus, some of the handouts that I have available to you folks, including the syllabus. So if you lose a copy of the syllabus, you can always come back here and get a copy of it. And then the various assignment sheets that we're going to have throughout the course of the semester. So this is where you're going to find a lot of information. So I'm going to switch over to Student View so I can see what you folks would see. So this is what it would look like for you. Again, pretty much the same. So in terms of the big things and turning things into me, preferably, right, for major assignments, just send me an email. You don't necessarily have to post them to here. If you would prefer, I could set up a form here to post them, but it's fine just to send them to me through email. With the discussion board postings, that's what's going to be done in this particular venue. Okay. So to get to there, there's this little link along the side here that says Collaboration, and you click on that. And then there's these forums. So again, you have 3 postings per week, so I would really only post the prompts for that given week, just so again you don't get bogged down too much. If you do want a head start on some things, I can certainly forward you what I'm going to be having for the following week. But generally I don't want to give you too much too fast here. So so you can see here it's got all the forum postings, and so if you just click on one, we go to the first one that's going to be due. You click on that, you can see there's a posting there from me. And if you click on that, it gives you the prompt for the week. Okay, so for this particular prompt, one of the prompts that's going to be due by Wednesday of next week is write about a paper, any paper you've written in the past. What was your process when writing the paper? Did you have music playing in the background? Did you write the paper the night before? Did you outline or just start writing, etc.? What type of paper was it? So was it a creative piece, a research paper, a lab report, a book report? How did you feel when it was assigned? How about when it was finished? So describing the paper and your thought process as thoroughly as possible in the writing process. So again, that's as thoroughly as possible, 150, 250 words. As far as the word limits, I'm not too much of a stickler. I give you those word limits because I think that's the amount of time it's going to take you to fully articulate and answer these questions. For some folks, it might take more. For some folks, it might take less, and that's okay, right? But again, we're trying to be as thoughtful as possible, and you want to make sure you're answering all of those questions as thoroughly as possible. Now to answer them, a couple different things. So you could just click reply right here and click on that. And when you do that, it's the emulation mode, sorry. But if I go back here, let's do this one more time. Click reply, right? You'll get this kind of dialog box that opens up right here, okay? And so you can just type in your response in your post right there, and then you go ahead, you hit submit, and then it'll show up, right? So I'll see that you've done the assignment. One thing that's beneficial sometimes is doing it in a word processor first, because Gallnet does time out. So if you're taking a long time to post your responses, it could time out on you. You could get in trouble that way. So if you do it in a word processor first and you come back to here, you'll see there's this little, kind of looks like a clipboard, right, with the little Microsoft Word logo. If you click on that, you can actually copy and paste into this right here. You can paste whatever the text is. Click insert, and it'll put it in there for you. So it'll fix all the formatting stuff. And make sure you click submit instead of preview. Submit is what actually submits it. You can always go back and change it, edit it later. Preview just shows you what it would look like. So I want to make sure that you submit it. Okay? So that's how you do your blog and forum postings week by week. Okay? So I'm also going to be, either sending you folks links through email, posting things through here, to either lecture materials or to other things that I find of interest or things I'd like you folks to read or some prompt or something like that. So this is going to be the main hub of where you're going to find things. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, any concerns as we go through this process, please, please, please feel free to email me, contact me, let me know if there's any way that I can help you folks out throughout this. Okay. But that's it for now as far as the introduction to the course and some of the things that you're going to be doing and required to do. And I'll see you folks next time.